Hi Marilyn, this is Mike Barnes from Dave Wright Nissan Subaru. We just spoke on the phone about the Subarus and looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. And I sent the video that we talked about, and then also I want to make this one because when I was talking to you on the phone today and I was explaining the O-rings, you didn't understand. I said in the A, B, C pillars, and I forget sometimes not everybody knows the car business lingo or anything like that. So I just want to explain that a little more thoroughly right now to you. So this is a Subaru Impreza behind me, like I'm going to show you tomorrow. And we were talking about the A, B, and C pillars. This is the A pillar. This is the B pillar. It's all the way down. And this is the C pillar. So you have A, B, and C pillar. And what I was saying on the phone today was inside these pillars is what's very unique on Subaru. I also spoke about the two double panes of metal on the hood and the beam that goes down the side of the car, and that's in the video I sent. But the O-ring reinforcements are, the best way for me to explain it is actually give you a little demonstration with paper. So I want you to pretend for a minute that all these pieces of paper are sheets of metal. This is a flat piece of metal. Flat, most cars have one piece of flat metal in their A, B, and C pillars. So one piece of flat metal in here, here, and here. So when you get hit, flat metal bends, crimps very easily, and there's not much structural rigidity. So once there's a little crease, it really bends. Subaru does something very unique. Instead of using one piece of flat metal in those pillars, they use multiple layers of metal. So now I'm going to take a bunch of layers of paper to simulate multiple layers of metal. And what they do, when you go back to science class, you remember the power of a circle is much stronger than a flat. So Subaru is pretty smart, and they use that whole philosophy to say, okay, we're going to make circle instead of flat, but we're also going to do it with multiple layers of metal. So a whole bunch of layers of metal, and what they do is they kind of roll them, and that's why they get the term O-rings. So they have a whole bunch of layers of metal, and they go kind of like that. So you have a whole bunch of layers of metal and the power of a circle. So now when you get T-boned, those rings and those A, B, and C pillars, instead of just collapsing and bending, you have, I don't know if you can get a zoom in on that, but you have multiple layers, and the power of a circle is stronger. So when you get hit, and all that energy is absorbed in all those layers of metal, so that's why Subarus are so safe. You know, they have airbags and the thick metal and everything, but the O-rings is much stronger than if you just have, like you say, one piece of flat metal that bends with very little structural rigidity. So I hope this video kind of explains a little more what I was trying to on the phone. And then also the third thing I said I was going to tell you about tomorrow that I couldn't really explain, I'll show you that too real quick. In the back doors, way down here, you're going to see this steel pillar. When you shut the door, that steel pillar is going to lock right into this chamber to add for structural rigidity. So the back seat, so the pillar just kind of shuts right into that, and then it kind of makes this whole door and the quarter panel kind of like one. So, like I said, when you shut the door, now that metal bar is locked right into that chamber. There's not one on the front door because it's not needed. I asked the Subaru rep why they do the back and not the front. Apparently there's enough structural rigidity in the B pillar for that not to be necessary. So again, we'll see you tomorrow. I'm excited to see you, and I'll show you one of these in person. This is Mike Barnes from Dave Wright Nissan Subaru, explaining some of the safety features of the Subaru O-ring reinforcements. All right, thanks.